That's what the bass on the wall would sing.
Yep.
Well, not like not that
Don't worry.
good. Like Macy Gray.
Be happy. Be happy.
That sounds like Macy Gray.
Or it could just sound like your wife.
Nope.
You always tell me I sound like somebody else when I'm singing. Why can't I just sound like me?
I don't know. That's just what I do. I always tell you that things taste like other things too.
I know. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I had an accent for that. I don't know why.
A little bit like Macy Gray.
Gosh.
What is this? Chocolate?
This, I'm going to go straight into my time for supper because this vanilla colostrum, we're going to have to get a sponsorship from Cabo Colostrum because we always are drinking it at nighttime when we're recording this. So it's not like we're trying to show it. It's just what we're doing.
If we can get a sponsorship, that'd be wonderful.
That would be so cool. Anyway, so there is some Cabo Colostrum, which is vanilla, and I did put that in some regular milk.
I don't think they're going to sponsor us because we just promote it for free anyways.
Yeah, that's incredibly true.
Why
would they pay you? Yeah, they're like, we're not paying you. You're already talking about us. Anyway, but I did put some chocolate milk in there, and then I refrosted it. So you know what it's giving?
What? Chocolate vanilla?
It's giving when I used to get from Dunkin' Donuts way back in the day, white chocolate, hot chocolates.
Oh, I know you used to get that.
Right? Doesn't it? Try it again.
But iced white chocolate, hot chocolate. You used to get the iced.
No, I got them both.
I know. But when you ordered the iced hot chocolate, white chocolate,
yeah, you have to say like everything. You know, like, can I have an iced hot white chocolate, hot chocolate?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like if mom is watching this episode, she's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because we would get it every time we would go to like a church in the evening kind of thing, and we'd get it then.
That's good. I like it. You know what this kind of also reminds me of is the Burger King iced coffees that tasted like chocolate milk.
They and they sent you straight to the bathroom
with chocolate milk.
Anyway.
Yep.
Did you have anything for your mealtime this week you want to talk about?
Yeah. Boxed tofu.
Silken tofu.
Is it silken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boxed silken tofu in the dry section, like the aisle, not the cold section. Makes for a wonderful creamy sauce.
Yeah.
You add it to any sauce, you just drop it in there and it makes it nice and creamy.
Yeah,
it's good for pink sauce. Good for like pink sauce.
Oh my gosh. Well, we used to do that a lot. Great way to make a sauce. So
the one that we used to always do, I think was from Rabbits and Wolves, I think was the website.
Yeah.
And it was basically just like chicken bouillon cubes, water, that silken tofu, and then like onions.
So and good.
You just
it was super simple.
Blended that up. Yeah. That was like I think maybe some nooch, probably some salt and pepper if you want.
Probably. Yeah. That was like your go-to creamy pasta recipe.
Super good.
And it was always a hit. The kids and I went to the trampoline park today. They did not have the AC on there. They told us they did. They're totally lying. Everybody was sweating bullets.
Gaslight. That's a gas.
They were gaslighting us. They were like, the AC's on. And we're like, okay. Mm-hmm. So anyway, clearly the AC is totally on. The kids were like, we really want some ice cream. And they were looking at, some of the kids were having ice cream. And I was like, maybe not that ice cream. So I go on Sprouts to see if I could make a new order before I went to go pick up our order that was already ready for pickup. And to my lovely surprise, as I'm scrolling, I see A2 ice cream. And I'm like, now that's wild. So I clicked on it, and the one flavor is my longtime favorite, pistachio. And it was made with Graza olive oil. So I immediately added it to my order. And then, of course, I had to try another one. So I got the chocolate one.
Yeah. They have that on the Graza bottle. It says try it on ice cream.
They do. And we have done that on the Ice Cream for Bears vanilla one. And it's super good.
Very good.
So good. So we definitely, the kids were like, why can't we get this ice cream? And I was like, well, if we're going to have ice cream, we're going to have like the best ice cream. I'm not settling for those Dippin' Dots. They're not even Dippin' Dots. They're like
the off-brand Dippin' Dots are not good.
Dippin' Dots. They're not even good. So I'm like, no, guys.
The Dippin' Dots themselves are pretty good though.
Yeah.
And they're cool.
But I told the kids, no, if you want ice cream, I will get some good ice cream.
Yeah.
So we did, and we came home. We tried the ice cream. You tried the ice cream, and it was gone. We ate the whole thing.
So good.
It was really good.
Some of the best ice cream. How do you think that's received by the kids? Like the not this but that option. Do you think that they receive it well? Like, you can't have Dippin' Dots, but we'll get this other ice cream.
I think it depends on the scenario. I sometimes wonder if it will make them have really high expectations of things. because we're like, no, we're going to get the best of that thing, you know? So there's like that one aspect of it where I'm like, ugh, is it too much for their little brains? And then there's the other aspect of it where it's like, I don't want you to settle. And so we're going to wait for the better option for that, because it's just going to be better and for different, it will be better for reasons that I can't really explain to you right this moment. But as we birds and bees the conversation of health, nutrition, making good choices, stewarding our bodies, I think that it'll probably lean more that way, where it's, I don't want you to settle for something just because of the pleasure of getting that thing right this moment. Because if we want to talk about food, food's primary role is not that it tastes really good. It's not pleasure. It's nourishment. We can have like the most delicious ice cream, but I also don't want it to be filled with junk, because the primary purpose of food is to nourish your body and give it what it needs. And I know we're literally talking about ice cream right now, but you know.
But this Graza ice cream nourished.
Listen, it souls. Was nourishing our souls, baby. Yeah. No, but you know what? I mean, like we apply that to all sorts of foods.
There's better options.
Yeah.
But that's what you mean when you say the best. You're not saying like, oh, we're going to not get Dippin' Dots because we're going to go to this like handmade gelato place that's also just full of like, sugar or other things. You're saying the best in terms of like taste, yes, but also in terms of like the ingredients.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because there are going to be moments where we are just going to end up having the Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
Because for the experience or for just the moment or for where we are or for the access or whatever it is. So I'm not being like no, you will never have this. But we were in a place where I'm like, we're about to go pick up our groceries. I can add ice cream to that and we can just go eat it as a family together at home with dad and just have like a better tasting ice cream.
Right.
If it was real Dippin' Dots, I might have done it, but not the off-brand.
Yeah, but you could probably get these for the same price as the Dippin' Dots were too. Or the knockoff Dippin' Dots.
That too. So yeah.
Dippin' Dots might not be safe for kids because I feel like they looks like styrofoam. And I feel like it makes them want to see styrofoam and then eat that.
Oh yeah, or just chuck on it. Well, but wait, what do you think it does to the kids when we're like, no, you can't have that, but you can have this other thing that's like that, but a different version of it?
Well, I think it teaches them that there are other options and that you have a choice here. You can choose this one or you can choose that one. Yeah. One is better for you. One is worse for you. Yeah. Like we're in control because we're the parents, so we're going to choose the better option right now. But I think it's good practice for them. Like, oh, I don't just have to eat this. Yeah. I can see if maybe I could eat that.
Right.
But I agree with your points about like, it's not going to be like that all the time. But when we do have the ability to do it, let's choose. Let's choose that one. So that whenever we do choose or don't have the choice available to us to choose the better thing, it's rarity versus the norm.
Yeah, and it's like not to their detriment that we're making the choice where we're, you know, we're not making the worst choice to their detriment because it's not happening all the time.
I asked how do you think it's received, because I feel like it usually goes over pretty well.
It actually, it does. And I think most of that is just because we follow through on what we say we're going to do. And so I think that they just expect that, okay, she's not just saying, let's get different ice cream and then she's going to hope I forget about it. I think that they've seen over and over that we're like, okay, I'm going to say no to that because we're holding on to this yes that's going to come later and you're going to have to trust me. And then we've shown them, okay, that yes it comes through. And so I think that maybe that's why it goes over so well. I think.
Yeah.
Just from, experience.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Do you think there's another part to that?
As to why it's received well?
Yeah.
Usually?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of a hard thing to say no to from the kid's perspective. Like, we're actually, if you can hold off for 10 minutes or 30 minutes, we can get an even better tasting ice cream. Like, I feel like it's not really a tough decision to make.
As an adult, as a child, if you were telling a child they had to wait like 2 hours.
Yeah, but they did pretty good, right?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not because, I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think it's that.
I think it is hard for kids to be like, okay, yeah, I'll wait 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
but it wasn't
want ice cream right now.
I know, but it wasn't like, okay, but you got to wait 2 hours. It was like, we're going to pick it up and then we're going to go home and we're going to eat it with dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, and they're like, what, 2 hours? No, I don't want to wait for 2 hours. But if you like talk them through it, this is what we're going to do. We can go home and do it all together.
Yeah.
And they're excited about it. Yeah. I think it makes it's like reframing it And I think it's not that hard of a reframe for kids to make. I think it's harder for I think the parents build it up as to like, oh, if I say that, they're going to.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not going to go over well.
Right.
Try it.
I think also probably just doing this over and over and over.
This wasn't the first time.
Yeah, no. We've only been parents for 4 years, but we have been doing this sort of thing for 4 years.
Yeah. So we could build up to the 2-hour waiting.
Exactly.
Potentially. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just our kids having gone through it, like they're making me wait for like the thing again. But yeah, I think to your point of it reframing everything, I think it also reframes the selfish part of it. Like, I want to get ice cream because I want ice cream right this second. And the bigger picture of like, we got to go home and do it together as a family, sit around the table, eat off our spoons, eat the entire thing together. That just probably feels like a better core memory than getting off-brand Dippin' Dots in a hot trampoline park.
Totally. Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of kids, we're talking about kids right now. Today, this episode, this one.
Which is about kids.
It's about
we're
kids.
We're talking about kids, then talking about kids.
I know. Well, we're mostly talking about sleeping.
Right. Which our kids are doing.
Which our kids are doing for now.
Hurry up.
So you were talking to your best friend about sleep, and I had a thought that I had saved for you that I wanted to get your response to, which also happened to be about sleep.
Okay.
So I'm not going to find the reel. I don't know where it is. Mm-hmm. It's something that I came across, and I don't think I sent it to you. But essentially, Which is a pattern. Yeah. So I will try my best to describe this interaction I had on the internet. So there is a mom, and she's talking about how her kid was sick for the past few days. So she has been getting really terrible sleep from just like immediate night wakings and stuff. And so she's comparing that to a week before that when she was getting a pretty good solid 8 hours of sleep. And so she was saying, man, like, I feel awful. I look awful. I am a lot more like snappy, more crabby. I feel like just like a hot mess. Like, I can't show up for like the next day because of how sleep deprived I am. And so I wanted to get your thoughts on that because we have not gotten 8 hours of sleep in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And so
say that sadly.
And so I wanted to talk about that. Her conclusion was parents who have children who don't sleep through the night are living in a totally different reality than parents who have kids who just sleep through the night.
Yeah.
Because you get to show up in a different way the next morning. So I wanted to just talk about that because I agree, but I also disagree. And I think we probably disagree because of the same reasons. So I wanted to get into that.
Well, I think she's probably correct.
Yeah.
I would say that like I haven't gotten a lot of sleep in a long time. Just personally.
Oh, prior to kids. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I do also feel like I'm the type that doesn't need like, if I can get like 5 or 6 hours, then I'd be okay.
Your Oura ring said otherwise, and so did your metabolic health.
My health may not be there, but like I could operate. Yeah. Well, I was talking to another dad too at church, and he was telling me the same thing. He's like, I'm the type of person, if I can get like 5 or 6 hours of sleep per night, then I'll be okay. I think some people are like that.
Yeah.
And I think I am like that. Like, I'll be okay. I may not be the best. If I can get 8 hours, yeah, I'll be better.
Right.
But it's not going to kill me. And I think I've been operating on not that much sleep for so long. Maybe that's just either my body type or that's just like what I'm used to as a norm now.
Yeah.
I certainly think that the days that I get even less sleep than that, where we're getting 2 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
It is outrageous.
You can feel such a difference. Yeah. In fact, the only car crash that I ever had been in is because I had
no sleep.
Such a lack of sleep.
Yeah.
And so if it makes you crash your car,
that's no sleep at all.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you crash your car, then it is certainly affecting you in other ways when you're not just driving. So I feel I would agree with her. I mean, you got to show up totally different when your sleep is out the door.
100%. I wrote something down as I like to do. So I'm going to read it for you and then you can give me your thoughts on it. So again, to restate her conclusion, parents with kids who don't sleep are living in a totally different reality. All right. So I wrote, this is true because of our nature. We are needy and we're dependent creatures of oxygen, food, water, sleep. So there's a physicality to our brains and bodies not working as designed when we are sleep deprived. Because, well, with a regulated nervous system, our healthy and rested brains can better respond in a Holy Spirit-led way. We are both body and spirit. So with that in mind, we can remember that when we can't show up with excellence due to sleep deprivation, it's the Lord who fills us up with capacity to do the work of mothering and fathering. So where the physical would say otherwise, the spiritual comes forth and sustains us. And so I think that that's the part where we probably disagree with her, because yeah, you are showing up in a different way because your body is just not operating optimally. But as believers and having the Holy Spirit, we can still show up and manage and still show up with excellence, because the Lord will just meet us where we're lacking. I want to read you Isaiah 40:11 because it's the scripture that comes to mind. He will feed his flock like a shepherd. We're talking about Jesus. He will carry the lambs in his arms, holding them close to his heart. He will gently lead the mother sheep with their young. And I love that scripture because that last part, he will gently lead the mother sheep with their young. It's like a beautiful picture of Jesus understanding as a shepherd, like just being patient with his sheep because they know that they're carrying that extra weight. They have the extra responsibility around. He's giving them grace and patience to gently lead those. And I see that as a father figure, God to me as a mom, when I'm like, okay, I want 7 coffees today, and just knowing that the Lord's going to be patient with me. So I need to go ahead and extend that same grace and patience so that when the physical part is really lacking, then I can allow the Lord to come in and help me still show up with excellence for that day where I'm really lacking physically. And so, yeah, what do you think? Thoughts?
I think it's impossible to do it all on our own. And that is not only when we're sleepy, that's also just every day. I've come to the point many times where I've wanted to go back on the way that I responded in a situation, parenting, and and that made me realize, if this is all on me, I fall so short so many times. And it really is just like the law. It's supposed to hold up a mirror to you to show you who you are. I think parenting is like that in a big way. And I've had to take the hard look in the mirror many a times, which has helped me to realize, on my own, I can't have the grace that I need to have. I can't have the mercy that I need to have. I can't respond in a loving way at the times when I need to respond in a loving way without God's grace and without God as the role model, as the world's best father figure.
Yeah.
And so, to your point, in that same way, when we're lacking in sleep, it helps us to realize and remember that we can't do this by our own will, because our own will and our own bodies are so limited by physicality in this example that we actually physically can't have that patience with the kids and respond in those ways when we're so tired. And so it creates space for God to be able to come in to fill those gaps, and then for us to be able to see those gaps being filled.
Yeah.
And only be able to point it to God.
Yep.
I think a lot of the times in our country, maybe the West in general, we don't create a big enough box for God to come into, and we box God out because we don't allow him to fill spaces.
I agree.
We're going to always do the things that we're going to make it happen. We're going to go to this. We're going to go to that. And there's no room for God to move in certain ways because you're not allowing him to. The sleep thing, I think, is one of those ways, one of those spaces that gets created. And if you allow God to come in to that space and say, and cry out and say, God, I can't do this. Give me the energy that I need. Give me the strength that I need. Give me the persistence that I need, the perseverance that I need in order to operate with this little of sleep.
Yeah.
Then you're creating that space. And then when you miraculously are in the middle of the day and you're like, somehow I'm doing okay. You know, not that you're doing perfect in all the things, but you're doing better than what you should be. If it's all up to you, then you can then remember and point back to God being the sustainer.
Yeah. And be able to share that with the kids too. The reason that mommy is able to keep it cool right now is not because of mom. It's because I'm in constant communication with the Lord. So I can keep considering him and how I'm responding, and his Holy Spirit can keep equipping me to stay level-headed. But we're also not saying that you don't need sleep and that you should just forgo sleep and to not do anything practical that will help you get more sleep. Like we're not saying that. There are practical things that you and I do to get the most sleep that we can. And maybe we can touch on those things in a little bit. But
sleep and rest too.
Sleep and rest. Yeah. Like throughout the day and things too. With or without the kids, however that like pans out. Something that you said made me think about a phrase that I got from Habits of the Household, the book. And it's just remembering that the Lord is parenting me as I parent the children. When I remember that in moments of tension, that's when I'm like, okay, the Lord is being patient with me right now. So I need to be patient with you. Like, okay, God's not rolling his eyes at me, so I'm not going to roll my eyes at you. Okay, those little reminders throughout the day, that phrase is really helpful to just bring me back to what my standing is before God. Like, okay, I am your child, so you're parenting me. Okay, cool. Here's the one that you've given me to steward. Let me try and do the same thing. So I pray that a lot with the kids at night too. Like whether it's over them or just in my head and when they're falling asleep, I'll say things like that. Thank you that you're parenting me today so that I could, go forth and steward them well.
That's good. Yeah, it's hard as an adult to take criticism and correction and parenting. And it's also kind of rare for it to happen to you. There's not really that many people once you become an adult. Like there's not that many people that are parenting you or telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to even think that God is parenting you because you don't have many reminders in the world that I'm under the authority of other people, which then would be a reminder as like, I'm also under the authority of God.
Yeah.
But then when that is called to mind, we remember God has so much grace for us. How much grace are we showing to the children?
Yeah.
And how much like are we expectant of them to do things the first time or like immediately and like not make the mistake again?
Yeah.
You know?
Such high expectation. Yeah. And what you just said right there when we were at church yesterday and we were talking through Jonah, it really stood out to me the obedience that the Lord took from Jonah because once he disobeyed, he tried to go away from God, totally opposite direction of where he was supposed to be going. And then he repents once he's in the fish. And then the Lord, as a child growing up, I always assumed that the fish just like spit him out at Nineveh. And our pastor kind of corrected that and said like he took him back to the point of disobedience. And so the fish spit him out at Joppa, like where he disobeyed. And from there, he gave him this other chance to go ahead, reminding him again, all right, arise, go to Nineveh and go do what I asked you to do. Right. And I kind of looked at you and I was like that's a good like parenting technique, if you will, And then when he went to Nineveh and he was just telling them, the gospel essentially, and just not happy about it, not happy about the fact that God in his loving kindness was going to forgive the Ninevites. But God still took it. He was still pleased with the fact that Jonah went and obeyed. And so I kind of looked at you and like are we sometimes too harsh when we tell the kids, hey, we expect you to obey the first time, like right away, all the way with a happy heart. And I haven't said that phrase in a long time out loud in moments of discipline, but just hearing that at church and just hearing how the Lord took Jonah back and was like, okay, this is where you made a mistake. This is where you ran from me. Let's go back there. Let's restart. I'm going to give you another chance. I'm going to give you the command one more time. And then you're going to have another choice. So he went, he did, and he was like, okay, he wasn't doing it with a happy heart or anything like that. But the Lord was like, okay, you're obeying. Like, AKA, you're trusting me to go with you so I can go behind you as you go do the thing that I'm sending you to do. And so I thought, man, like God really is the best parent. We have said this before where I'm like, I don't want to take parenting advice from anybody other than the Lord. Like,
why would you?
Why would you? Like, why would you?
Goes to the source,
Literally goes to the source. So that was just like another moment where I'm like, the Lord really knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. His ways really do work in parenting.
Like lived out,
It's literally
like
lived
his
out.
actions.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that phrase too. Like just like the whole obey right away, with a happy heart all the way. Yeah. And I think that's still good.
For me, I don't really mind I could live with or without the happy heart part. I do like the obey the first time and do obey the first time right away. What I feel like I fall short on or where I feel like I could get better at and what I could take from the message that you're talking about is the reluctant obedience portion.
Yeah.
And the amount of grace that I provide after if it takes a few times for them to obey.
Yeah.
Or if they, just don't do it the way I want them to do it.
Yeah.
What I don't like is having the reaction of like being angry afterwards.
Right.
Because God isn't angry with us, he shows us mercy and grace.
Yeah.
And so I think like I would love for our kids to do the things that we tell them to do when we tell them to do it.
Yeah.
Within reason, But what I don't want to have is a temper or a feeling of displeasure, or I don't know why they don't obey when I tell them to obey.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that it's important to bring this part up because when we wake up in those sleep deprived days and those mornings, we're going to be physically, our patience is going to be cut in half. And so I think a lot of the right away, all the way with a happy heart mantra, we're going to like just naturally cut that in half. So like what would it would mean all the way when we're restful probably means totally different when we're not restful. Like, and all the way when I'm like, have all the patience and all the sleep and all the, like pep in my step to like really like see this through is a totally different all the way when I'm just like, I want the 7 coffees, And so that's why I wanted to bring that up because I think that I'm more so wanting to stick to like the all the way part.
Right.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of like, I want to tell you this one time, but I'm going to give you, the days where I'm sleep deprived, it's probably the best day where I'm like, I'm going to give you some time and some space to obey all the way. So even if it's not right away, all the way is what the Lord wants. And all the way is what mama's going to expect. And whether it's with a happy heart or not,
right,
irrelevant right now.
Yeah, I don't mind the happy heart part.
Yeah. But I think on a sleep deprived morning, if I'm asking you to go, please brush your teeth, I'm just going to say it the one time and I'm just going to give you the space to go do it. And hopefully I don't have to say it again 2 hours from now because they go brush their teeth, but it like takes them a minute. But that's what I'm getting at. It's like right away, right now, get to the bathroom. Right like, what am I in a rush for? Like, just brush your teeth within the hour. Like, it's fine. Like, you'll be fine. The thing is that you did it all the way, so I can like check this off. Like, we did it. We got through the brushing the teeth part of the morning, and you obeyed. You went and you did it, even with the grunting. I'm like, okay, but you still wanted to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
So
I think
that'd probably be helpful. Why don't we share some of the practical things that we do to help us get like the most sleep? Because we are not the parents to do sleep training. We do bed share. We've been bed sharing since our first was like 4 months. We tried it at the very beginning where we're super discouraged by it from our pediatrician back then. So then we stopped and then it was awful. And then out of necessity, we were on a trip. We had to bed share. And then just from then on, we've just been doing it with all of our kids and they all sleep so differently.
Yeah.
But we do the same thing as parents. They are their own different
Which is
kids.
why I'm convinced, like we've heard people say,
yeah,
like sleep training only works with kids that have high sleep pressure, meaning like they're quote unquote good sleepers naturally. It's like their natural inclination to just stitch together
their sleep cycles. Yeah. You're saying that we're confidently not sleep training because we have 3 different total sleepers. Like their personality for sleep, they all sleep totally different, but we as parents have done the exact same thing with all 3 children and they all still sleep totally different.
Yeah. I don't think you can really train someone to sleep. People are just going to sleep.
Yeah, I think that's like, one of the big things that
if you're not
got
like,
us.
Yeah, if you're not like, there's things that you can do to keep yourself awake.
Yeah.
Like watching TV at night or I don't know, like drinking coffee.
Right.
So like, yeah, but
sleep is physiological. You're going to fall asleep at some point.
As kids that are not like consuming caffeine and they're not like watching TV at night or like looking at screens and they're still different sleepers. It's not like we're doing things to make them sleep more or sleep less.
Yeah.
Naturally. It's just the way that they are.
Yeah. So the first thing that we do to get the most sleep possible is we bed share. And a big reason for that is I've been breastfeeding for 4 years. And so it's just a lot simpler to be able to keep that breastfeeding relationship going through the night when baby's literally right next to me. So I don't have to be getting up or you don't have to get up and go get a baby while I'm getting ready to nurse and like all those things. It just makes life a lot more simple. to be able to hear baby's cues. There's a whole beautiful science to just like nursing and co-sleeping together and baby and mom's rhythm. Yeah, there's this really beautiful science to mama and baby sleeping together where your sleep cycles are all in sync. Mm-hmm. So you're in light sleep, baby's in light sleep, you're in deep sleep, baby's in deep sleep, no one's moving, like all that stuff is really beautiful. So it helps you just be alert with baby is all I'm trying to get at. Mm-hmm. So you're able to get more sleep versus the times that I've been separated from our babies, I cannot sleep. Because I'm like waiting for them to wake up. I can't fall asleep because I'm like, oh, they're gonna wake up soon. So I'm just gonna stay like kind of awake so I can be like ready to get them. Because what if I fall asleep and then I can't hear them and they're screaming? We've done that a few times and I'm not doing that. So that's a really practical thing that we do.
Yeah, and you know what? They just tend to sleep better when they're next to you.
They really do. So we really don't wake up. Like with our oldest, oh my gosh, once he's in bed with us, or with one of us at least, the boy doesn't move. He's just sleeping.
Yeah, so that's why we haven't had sleep, a lot of sleep night after night in 4 years, because our first,
he loves to cuddle,
low sleep pressure type of boy.
Yeah,
and so he would wake up every in the early days, he was waking up like every hour, and then like when he was 1, I think it was, he started to wake up every like 2 hours.
Yep.
And then when he was 3, maybe he started to wake up every 3 hours. It's kind of like tracked with his years.
It's like tracked with his age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even so, in this, we're talking about like initial sleep. Like once he went down for bed, he would sleep for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. But once he would wake up that first time and we'd go back to settle him down to sleep, then he'd just wake up, or he still wakes up like every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes until we're going to sleep. And then he's just like knocked out once he's next to us. So that's his personality. For context, we probably should say our kids' ages. Like we have an almost 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-month-old. So yeah, if we just had our 4-year-old, then we would be getting pretty solid sleep, because like we're saying, once he's in bed with us, then we're just all sleeping. But the reason that we haven't gotten 8 hours of sleep is because we've constantly had babies. And so yeah, that's another big part of it. Like our kids' ages they're so little.
Yep.
So they are waking up a lot.
Yeah, and just the ebb and flow of little children as they grow older.
Yeah.
And they're teething. They're just learning. They're developmentally learning a bunch. Yeah. So they're awake at night in some weeks, and then other weeks they're sleeping for longer.
Yep.
Sometimes they've got like issues that they need to go to a chiropractor for that'll help them sleep better.
Yep.
But for a little while, they're up all the time.
Right.
And we've had kids close in age.
Yeah.
And so
we're just
kind of
constantly
always in some sort of developmental thing. Yeah. One of them is developing different things and staying awake for different parts of the night for weeks at a time.
Right. And I think there's something that a friend of mine shared with me probably like a year or two ago. She's a mom of 4 or 5. 4. And I remember her encouraging me when our daughter was having a really hard time staying asleep, or it was something along those lines. I don't remember exactly which kid it was. But she said, Kat, the Lord could have made babies to sleep through the night as a general rule for all babies if he wanted to. But he just didn't design human beings like that. He designed us be in need of each other. And so there is something that we could be doing as moms when we're up in the middle of the night. There's opportunity there. You could look at it from a different perspective. And that was encouraging, because there was a lot of moments where I would be up through the night and I would just be angry. And I would tell the Lord, I would pray in my anger, which is the healthy thing to do, because I could have been angry and then just took those thoughts and let them like run wild. And that's probably what Satan wants me to do. But there is something beautiful in just taking your emotions straight to God. So I very much so would just like be angry. And I'll say that. I'll be like, Lord, I am so angry right now. And like, I'll just tell him what I'm feeling, right? Like he created my feelings, so he's not scared of them. So I could come to him with my feelings. So yeah, a lot of nights where I would just be angry. And after she said that, I was like, there is opportunity. Like there is something else that I could be doing. I could be praying over them. I could be thinking about the grocery list. I'm just kidding. But mainly like what she was getting at is like, pray over them. Like do something fruitful with that time that you're awake. You're already awake. And so yeah, that's also something practical that I do when I'm up, is just being able to pray over them. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also creating space for God to come in. Like needing to rely on him.
Yeah.
For our sustenance.
Yes.
There's a lot of people will say God won't give you more than what you can handle. And then you like to tell them that's not true, because
why would you need him then?
Why would you need him?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Right. James 1:13.
Yeah, what does he say?
Let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted with evil. And he himself tempts no one. But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire.
I think people get confused. The idea that you won't get tempted past what you can handle. Mm-hmm. Because God will always give you a way out of your temptation.
God will always.
So He's not going to tempt. You're not going to be tempted from more than what you can handle.
I see. Like you're doomed.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think those passages get confused.
Right.
So
yeah.
So, but I think that the Lord certainly will give you more than you can handle, because if you didn't
have more than you can handle,
then you would totally not fine. Rely on Him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that would just be against His character, because we are quite literally creatures created needy and to depend on Him. So, yeah, I think that's a silly phrase.
What do you think about if people are feeling bad about the way that their kid sleeps, that they may be having too much outside influence that is getting them to think that their kids should be sleeping a certain way?
100%. There's too many voices. Mm-hmm. The Lord has given mamas this beautiful motherly intuition. These are not our children, but they are our kiddos to steward. So He picked me to be these kids' moms, and He's picked these children specifically to be my children. I think that when there's just too much outside noise, you start trying too many techniques, too many parenting hacks, too many parenting strategies. And this happened to us where I kind of felt like I was locked in to a strategy we started, because we had to see it all the way through to see like if it worked or not. It becomes too overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So I just cut off the internet. Ironically, this is on the internet, but like just stop with the outside information and actually seek scripture for your parenting, which is what we're trying to do now. It's like, just see scripture. What does God say about stewarding and raising children? How do we train them? How do we raise them up? And then incorporate those things and just see how that affects sleep or not. And I think that for us, in our family situation, we have been able to incorporate bed sharing in a way where it works for our marriage. And something really practical that we do is we ask each other every now and then, hey, how are we feeling about our sleep situation? And I think that's so helpful, because then we get to have conversations about like, okay, right now in these past few months, here's what I'm liking about it. Here's what I'm not liking about it. Can we try this? Can we try that? And we are doing something with the kids for the kids, but it's still primarily something that it's an A-B decision. We're still putting our marriage before that so that we can figure out a way where we can get the most sleep, steward our kids, not have to traumatize them in a way where we're like kicking them out and telling them, you better stay in your room and lock your door. But we are considering us first and being like, okay, how do we make sure without the outside noise, without the people that are parenting, sleeping experts, whatever they say, like, what are me and you saying? Because we have a totally different dynamic than what these scenarios on the internet are posing.
Definitely.
So
yeah, I think our sleep style is just fluid, you know?
Yeah, like if it works for this current season. Well,
we've reorganized our bedroom
1,000 times.
Many times.
Many.
To accommodate different sleeping seasons.
Yeah.
And like, what's the end goal here? Like, the end goal is to get sleep.
Right.
And so let's try to get sleep in a way that works.
In a way that works.
You know? And like, not try to force certain situations.
Yeah.
Because if they're not leading to more sleep, then they're not working. Mm-hmm. And so like, now there'll be nights where I fall asleep in our room, go to the one kid's room who wakes up first, fall asleep in there.
Come back
sometimes go to the other kid's room because they woke up when I was in that kid's room.
Yeah.
But this kid's sleeping, so I can go to the other kid's room.
Yep.
To go to sleep.
Meanwhile, I'm nursing a baby.
Yeah.
So I hear you shuffling around back there.
Right. Fall asleep in that kid's room. And then the other kid wakes up and makes his way into our bedroom to go and sleep with you and the baby.
Yeah.
And then, maybe I'll come in the morning because I'll wake up early.
Right.
And lay back down in there.
Yeah.
And then our other kid would wake up and come into our bedroom, and everybody would kind of wake up at the same time.
Honestly, that's probably one of like the sweetest moments, the sweetest things about bed sharing is just waking up and seeing their tiny little faces and like just their sniffly little breaths.
Yeah. Everybody's just all like,
and everybody's just piled on top of each other. Yeah. It's so sweet. It's just so sweet. But yeah, like our sleep monopoly just works right now.
And that works because like we're all getting sleep. Like, I'm getting sleep because I'm falling asleep in these different places. I may be up for like 5-10 minutes,
right?
But then I'm falling back asleep again. Versus like staying in the one kid's room, waiting until
they
fall asleep,
so you can come back.
I can come back.
Yeah.
So then I'm awake for maybe 30-45 minutes, and then the other kid wakes up,
and then that's
I go stay in there until they fall asleep, so I can come back to my room.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And they're sleeping better because I'm next to them, because that's really what they wanted.
Yeah. So they fall asleep so much faster.
They fall asleep a lot faster.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if the goal is sleep, why does anybody care how it gets done?
Right.
You know, it's like trying to force a process to get a goal when really we should be trying to get the goal. Like, by whatever process is going to work to get the goal the
for
best.
For your family, right? Because like we're saying, every kid's sleep temperament is so different and unique. So this just works. Like, that's just something practical that we're able to do, that we can have like all our bedroom doors, they're all open. So it's easy for you to just like hop back and forth. And if I'm not nursing a baby, then if I hear one of our kids and they're calling for me, then I know that like, okay, like baby's sleeping, so I can go over here and snuggle her back down, then come back over there. So it's able to just be fluid, like you're saying, like that. But I think the most important thing is that you and I are good to check in with each other.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And it's changed. Our sleep situation has changed many times because of the new kids that have been added, and also the ages of our kids getting older. Yeah. And like wanting to have their own room, wanting to get them to fall asleep in their own room. Yeah. So they can start to like get that experience. Yeah. Ultimately, I just want to advocate for like throwing out the idea of you need to stick to a rigid thing. Yeah. And just like encourage parents to just help your kids sleep by doing what your kids need, which will help you sleep, which is going to be a problem solver for everybody. Yeah. Because I mean, listen, okay, someone out there is going to say, I slept with my parents until I was like 13, 14, 15. Okay, but how old are you now? 33? Yeah, are you sleeping with them now? Exactly. Like, no one's going to just stay in your bed forever and ever. Yeah, like, did you get sleep? And did your parents get sleep? Right, yeah. Great. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Yeah. Yeah. We're not talking about whether or not your 13-year-old should be in your bed or not. We're talking about sleep, okay? And being able to show up the next day with as much physical ability as you can. And when that's not working out, then the Lord will meet you where you're at. The spiritual will come and it will overflow if you allow the Lord to do that for you. And just to remember, right? Like, the Lord leads those with gently, the ones that have young. So like, just knowing that He is our shepherd ultimately, and that your kiddos will only be kiddos for such a short time. Yeah. And they will sleep. And we're preaching to ourselves. Yes, absolutely. And when your kids are younger, like, there's less reasoning that could be done. Yeah. Like, if your kid's totally 8, 9, 10, like, you can reason with them and say like, hey, you got to go back to your room to fall asleep. Right. But a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old is starting to understand. He's starting to get it now. Yeah. But a 3-year-old, they're not. Yeah. You can't reason with them. You can't. And this is something that's really beautiful about our almost 4-year-old, to be at a point in his sleep where we can say to him, you got to go to sleep. And he'll walk to his room. He'll come out about 3 times, but he'll go back to his room and he'll like lay there and he's like trying to fall asleep. It's just with time. We haven't done anything specifically to sleep train him so that he falls asleep on his own, and he knows we're not going to check on him. And like, that's it. Like, you're in this room till the next day. Like, do not come out. So it's really encouraging to see that happening just with time, because our 4-year-old is the one that really needs that like close touch connection from us. Well, I'll tell you, he came in when I was taking a shower just tonight. He came in to the bathroom, said he had to go to the bathroom. So I helped him out. And then I was like, okay, go to sleep. And I watched him on the monitor, and he walked to his room, like grabbed his blanket, laid down, grabbed his little stuffed animal, snuggled up. And that was it. He was sleeping. He was sleeping. I never had to go back in there. That's so wild. That's so wild. And I think that should be encouraging to parents who are like, we have to sleep train. My kid is 6 months old now and he is manipulating me. Like, no, they're not. It's just one step at a time. One step at a time. From the other side, like the other countries where sleep training is not a thing. And they're like, what? It doesn't even exist. Yeah, they're like, what is that? They're like, people, you don't sleep for a while and then you sleep. Everybody sleeps. Yeah. Yeah. It's just the norm. So there's an element of this discussion that's like, yes, if you have a kid that is not sleeping for whatever reason, whether they're sick or they're teething, for whatever reason it's tough.
It's tough.
And it's tough for a reason. Mm-hmm. Like you said, your friend who told you, yeah, God could have made kids however he wanted to, could have made them all sleep. And so hopefully that's encouraging to people to utilize that time to see a different perspective, which may be God pruning, growing you, giving you opportunity to look to him, giving you more than you can handle. Mm-hmm. So that you can lean on him, creating space for God to be able to fill, to give you the sustenance that you need, so that you can then point it back to him and see him helping you in supernatural ways that you actually shouldn't be able to regulate with the amount of sleep that you're having. Also to grow you through a hard time so that whenever the next one comes through, it's not as bad. Like I think having the multiple kids, that's one of the things that gets easier, so to speak, with more children, is like you're just got a thicker skin, right? And so you're a little callous. You've been through it before. It's not as hard the first time as it was the first time or the second time or third. That's with everything. You do something again and again, it becomes easy. Or not that it's a breeze, but it's not as hard as it was.
It just to speak to that, like our 3-month-old right now, she's had a few nights where she's awake in the middle of the night. She's just laughing and giggling. She's just tossing around, practicing her new skills and stuff. And with our first, I'd be like, what is happening right now? Like, why are you up? And I remember like Googling it and like sitting up.
All the information.
I wanted to get all the information. What's happening? How do I get him back to sleep? Something about split nights and all this stuff. There's a kid. And I'm like, what? Trying to figure out what this. And now with our third, I literally will just I'll look at her. I'm like, okay, she's fine. Like, she's just giggling to herself, rolling around, like whatever. I'm like, okay, like, yes, rolling around. Our 3-month-old is rolling around. And I'm just like, okay, love you. Good night. And I'll just roll around. She's behind me and she's safe. She's not going anywhere. Yeah. She's not rolling over, but she is like, rolling from her back to her belly and then her side and just kind of like hanging out. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep. It's totally different.
Yeah.
And then obviously, because I know her and she's my daughter, if she's making different sounds, I'm like, okay, now she's hungry, or now she's like upset because she wants to fall back asleep. And then that's a different scenario.
Yeah.
But I think the point is we've gone through it. I'm giving it way less power,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other element to this is just giving your kids what your kids need. And you what you need.
Yeah.
Because if the sleep is not working for your kids, it's not working for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal here is
sleep.
And so do whatever it is that you got to do in order to sleep.
Yeah. Safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck on like you need to do a certain thing or you need to sleep in your own bed the whole night.
Right.
Just
sleep.
As long as you're checking in with your spouse.
Yeah. Your marriage comes first.
Check in
with your spouse about it. Yeah. Do it together. I think maybe that's also another reason why this works for us is because we've both decided we're going to do this together instead of, well, I got to get up and I got to go to work and I got to do this and I got to do that. And so you figure it out.
Let's talk about the rests throughout the day.
Yeah.
That could help get certain breaks. And to kind of maybe segue at that point is like, you got to have the communication with your significant other to say, hey, like I'm super sleepy.
You've got to be
I need to lean on you a little bit more today.
Yeah.
And so like, let's figure that out.
Yeah. There have been moments where I've texted you in the middle of the night and I said, hey, because we end up in different rooms. So how do you know if I'm sleep deprived that night if I don't tell you? Because we're not in the same bed at that point. And there's been moments where I've texted you and I said, hey, when you wake up, can you come please grab this child so I can stay sleeping? And so when you wake up, because there were moments that I would kind of get mad because I'd be like, oh, Nick's awake and like I want to go, I really want to sleep. But how do you know if I don't tell you? So then I've started to, which I haven't done that in a while, but in the newborn days with our 3-month-old now, where I'm like, can you please come in and like grab her when you wake up? Because I really need to get some extra sleep.
Yep.
And so you just walk in.
Just got to figure it out because if it's not somebody who can take the kids in the morning, because husband's got to go to work at a certain schedule, then maybe it's a friend or it's a family member, or if it's none of those people, then in the evening time when husband gets home from work, then maybe mom can go to sleep a little earlier or something.
Yeah.
But you just got to figure it out.
Or just, I've thought about this. I haven't had to implement this. But if it's just you in the morning, then having your kids wake up, if you're bed sharing, having your kids wake up, you leave that bedroom door closed, the bathroom door closed, the closet door closed, and there's just like 2 bins of activities that the kids can like start doing while you still get like an extra 15, 20 minutes of sleep, and everybody is safe in the room. Okay, you can play with the kinetic sand, you can play with the blocks, or like whatever activity that's like semi-quiet. And that way, before I'm ready to like, or have some books on the bed or something like that. Because there's times when our daughter will come into nurse in the morning and I'm not ready to wake up yet. And she's just kind of like hanging out, like next to me. She's like playing with something, whatever. So she's still there safely with me, but I don't have to necessarily wake up yet. So there's definitely ways to be creative and figure out a way where you can get an extra few minutes of sleep with your kids there. Ideally, it's without them, so you can actually get deep sleep. Sleep is so important, just so important.
Look, you got to do whatever you got to do in order to get the sleep that you need.
Safely.
And if you're not getting the sleep, we understand, but we hope that there's something in this podcast you can pull out that'll help you.
Yeah.
Maybe use that lack of sleep as a way to turn to God to give you the strength that you need to supernaturally make your way through until you can do whatever you need to do in order to get some more sleep.
Yeah, that's good, babe.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
All right. Bye.